Good. Let's get to talking and figuring things out. Hold on. Car. Trying to do the Moss wrestling and trying to figure out everything. So it just comes down to the point of like everything's just jumbled up in a binder. So just to get to know you on a thing, because don't know what's going to happen. Owner of Sports Owner West, Steve West. Sorry, Steve West. Why do you call you Steve West?
I'm Steve. Don't forget what he talked about.
I think it just comes down to the point where I'm still trying to get over the nervousness of being on the camera. So when it comes down to that, so anyways, how long has Sports Center West has been open?
We're working on our 4th year now.
Working on the 4th year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you competed before you started the business or after?
Before, way before, decades.
How long did you compete for?
I competed for 13 years.
13 years?
13 years, yes.
What weight class?
Heavyweight and super heavyweights.
Okay. So for the thing of opening up a supplement store, did you go to school for your knowledge, or?
I've been in the industry since I was in my 20s. 47, for those that don't know. And it's been a very long time into this business. My introduction to the business, I used to work for a manufacturer. So I worked for a manufacturing company. From a manufacturing company, I became closer friends with an associate. That associate and I opened a previous business, and I ran the previous business. And mutual disagreements, we split, and then I opened this business with my family. So I've had business experience with the industry. I have managerial experiences. I've sat in with John Overy. He's a mentor of mine. John Overy, he's the owner of Body Exchange. He's a really good mentor of mine, and I still quite frequently speak with him. If I have questions, business questions, I will go to John, and John's been very good with me in opening up. He helped me under a lot of things about business that people don't understand. Everybody's quick to want to open a business, and unless you have deep pockets or funding from somebody else, family funding, it's very hard to open a business. I will say this, the primary thing you want to do is location and demographic of your location. So if you're planning on open something, you want to know your demographics and the location. You want to make sure, like my store, the family store, is located within 7 gyms or 7-8 gyms within a 5-mile radius of here. Planet, 2 Body Exchanges, Iron Arms, NAS, Cars Building, Next Step CrossFit. There's another CrossFit up the street. I'm going blank on the name. Right inside this shopping center, there's a karate dojo up the street. There's Nolan's, really good friends with him. So within that, and that's just what I'm thinking of. So within a 5-mile radius of the location of Sportland West, there's I'm not mistaken, there's about 9 physical activity. The boxing gyms up the street. Like I said, there's 9, 10, 11 different things that can possibly feed into our business stream.
Damn. Before we go on, do you want to help him out real quick? I don't mind it on the thing. Huh? No? Okay. Wow, that's crazy. So, just, you said, anyways, how many, like, in total, of how many years again?
I was, when I was 21, 22, I was a store manager for GNC.
Oh, wow.
I was a store manager at GNC, the Rosedale location, where the Body Exchange is over there, Rosedale. So I was the manager there.
Okay.
So that was my introduction into this. I was like your prototypical fanboy, and so I very followed the sports, followed supplements. I was very much into it, so it was just something that led me right into it.
Okay. So when it comes down to it, I had a question, and that's why I need to start.
Okay.
So that's just crazy. How the whole thing is, man, just come up with dry spells on this one.
It's okay. Like I said, this industry, one of the things about the 20 years of being in this industry, and even from being in the manufacturing side, I actually worked in the manufacturing side, is this industry is very wild, wild west. There is no governing body to this industry. If you look at right now, Blackstone, they're in trouble, and the biggest thing they did wrong was to put on their labels. And once again, I don't know, I'm not in there, so this is just a hypothetically speaking on Blackstone, so do not hold me compatible. I think PJ and Aaron are awesome guys. They did something that you can only dream about doing, going from 0 to millions. But I believe their biggest mistake was putting on their labels that it was FDA approved. Nothing is FDA approved.
Oh
wow. This is from the manufacturing side. When I was manufacturing, I didn't understand. I was like most people. I was a babe. I didn't understand what was going into products and what wasn't going into products, even though the labels did say that.
Okay, so now I got my head back in straight. So I wanted to throw out real quick of all the reasons why, because this is my first interview trying to talk to one of our locals in Bakersfield, and the reason why I want to do it with Steve in the first place is not only do I know him from NOS Power, worked around him for a while, and he's just an honorary great guy, and I've noticed his patience through the whole thing of working out over there. So I thought he would be perfect, and on top of that, his knowledge has been great. From all the other supplement stores I've been to, he's the one guy I know I can count on to give me it straight up and give me it truthfully. And so I wanted to make sure everybody knows about Sports Center West, everybody knows about Steve's brain, and see what kind of guy he is. Because
I don't know about that brain. I hate paint chips. One of the things, like you said, honest answer. The reason I never forgot what it was like to be on this side of the counter. I'll even give a shout out to Jeff. Jeff told me something. If you don't know, he's the owner of Max Nutrition 661. I'll give him a shout out. I remember when I was buying different things, and I'm like I said, I was a fanboy. I've loved everything muscle. From when I was a little tyke, I would read Conan the Barbarian comic books, the black and white, and I was fascinated with muscle. And like everybody else, I'll never forget what it's like to be on the other side. And I remember I walked into Jeff's store one day, and I was going to buy the next big thing, and Jeff looked at me and laughed. He goes, "Stop reading the magazine and go buy that over there." So I will give that to him in his credit. That's something he did. I'll give you a shout out, Jeff. No problem doing that. But I've never forgot what it's like to be on this side. Ken Wheeler was another guy that was really honest with me. Wheeler's Fitness used to sell supplements, and Tom Marler and Kim were very honest with me when I would be buying my supplements from them. I never forgot what it was like to be on this side, and I never wanted to take advantage of anybody on that side, because most people are coming in and they're very gullible. They just got some local meathead that they've seen or read about or saw on YouTube that has talked about this great product. I mean, they've got this silly thing called the Ambassador Program now, where they just hit up any old person in the gym and say, "Push my product," and because they look good. They're not taking that product. So I've
actually been done that too.
Yeah, they do you really dirty in the Ambassador Program. So I've never forgot what it was like to take that. So one of the things that we strive to do here in this store is to give honest opinions. I tell everybody when they knock on the door and say, "Hey, we want to send you something," the first thing I was like, "Okay, send me a sample. I'm going to try it." And because I'm one of those few people in the world that have really good receptors. So pat myself on the back on that one. I never burnt my receptors out. So I know what a product's going to do. Like we'll touch on the amino acid phobia. You know, a lot of people say aminos don't work. I'm quite opposite. I believe aminos work. I'll come back to a story that a 1970s bodybuilder, pro bodybuilder, put me on point on aminos. They work. If I take your amino product, I work out, and I'm sore, is there really aminos in that product? I shouldn't be sore, right? I should be sore from my workout, but I shouldn't be destroyed. So if my recovery isn't there, that means your amino product doesn't work. So that's how I look at it. There's a whole, like I said, what's on the label is not always what's in the bottle. That's the bad thing about this industry. It's real Wild Wild West Cowboys, where you see the movie where the guy pulls up in the town and the wagons open the side of the wagons, holds these snake charms up, and he says it's going to cure cancer and everything else. And just take a drink. Yeah, this industry is very much like that. So one of the things that we strive to do is to make sure we have an honest answer, because let's face it, once again, I remember what it was like to be on this side. That's my hard-earned money that I'm giving you, and hoping that you, the person that is directing me to a product that's actually going to work and not going to separate me from my hard-earned money. Because this stuff, at the end of the day, some of the high-end products are expensive. And you're buying these really expensive products going, hey, this is going to do this, right? Yeah, sure. And no, it doesn't. That's a lot of money to lose. So I never want to forget what it's like. Plus, I'm real stingy with my money. So
Yeah, when it comes down to it, pushing back on two subjects is what you said on the whole ambassadors and stuff like that. Because I remember I think it was the first time I met you, I turned around and actually came in here looking to see if you would sponsor me for it. You turned around and said, just told me the truth. Don't come in here saying that. You actually work on it and it'll come to you.
yeah,
And
and that's what people fail to understand. Once again, I've been in this game since, God, I started working out when I was 17. That is 30 years. I have met countless IFBB pros, and the ones that are truly sponsored, they get money in their pocket. They actually get money in their pocket. They get boxes of free product. Boxes. I used to buy off one of my friends, rest in peace, Matt, but he used to get boxes of protein and send out a group message. If you want some protein, be at my house. He loved it. $40 for a big butt jug. Because he would get boxes of this stuff. And I see how the industry has changed. That's one of the things. I've seen how the industry's changed. They've gone to the ambassador program where they find a person that's got a couple friends and they're popular, and they look for people that are looking to be sponsored. You can't look to be sponsored. If you're sponsored material, they're going to come to you. And they're going to come to you with a package. And when they come to you with a package, you will be sponsored. Now, there's nothing wrong. I tell you like, there's nothing wrong with getting free product. I have two young ladies that I coach, and they hit them up with the ambassador program. And the first thing I asked them was like, are they going to give you free product? And they went, no, we got to buy it. I said, forget that. What are you sponsoring? What are you sponsoring for? What are you doing? Yeah. You're buying your own product. If somebody's going to give you free product, go for it. This stuff, at the end of the day, being in this sport, it's expensive because there's so much stuff you have to take to work at optimal, be it powerlifting, be it the wrestling, be it bodybuilding, be it whatever it is, you have to be at optimal. All this stuff is designed to make sure that the workout the following day, not the workout of the day, because if you didn't plan the day before, the workout today sucks. It's all set up for tomorrow's workout. Everything you do when you walk out the gym is set up for tomorrow's. If you don't take care of all the steps, get all the micronutrition, all your nutrition, and the reason I say micronutrition is that's all this stuff is micronutrition. It's not the most important thing. The most important thing is at the other end of your fork. So all these things fall into place to make sure that you have a successful day in the gym. 23 hours of your day, 22 hours a day, however long you work out, is set up for the 1 to 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, however long you did. You might be Arnold and stay in there all day long, but it's designed for the optimal output of that gym, of that workout.
Yeah. Talking about the optimal and talking about that, it comes down to one thing like my wife talks to me about, and a few other people who come in. They put it down as a gym meme about what supplements should I take? What supplements do you want me to have to coaches and stuff like that? And no, all bullshit aside, from what you and from what I've learned at NAS, it is all about the food intake. it's not even need to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on supplements. It is about the
Hey, you're gonna put me out of business.
well, when it comes
No. You're absolutely right. Like I said, this stuff is called micronutrition. It's filling a supplement. It's supplementing something you can't have. Like I said, I'm a fan of branched chain amino acids. Branched chain amino acids, and not just branched chain. Let me rephrase that. I'm a fan of essential amino acids that include your branched chains. Essential amino acids are basically the aminos you get from food. You can't eat a steak while you're working out. Wish I could, because I do. Trust me, I sit there with a fork and a spoon and a knife and eat steak. But we're tearing and destroying our muscle, but we're not putting anything in to help it rebuild. So do we run out of gas, or do we just run the muscle out of gas? So because I can't ingest any food during that time frame, I ingest my amino acids. So that muscle that I'm tearing, because that's what you do. When you work out, you are putting micro tears in your muscle. That's why you're sore. There's micro tears in your muscle. You're causing some sort of strain to happen in your muscle. And that's what that is. So I'm ingesting the thing that's actually going to rebuild my muscle as I'm working out. You know, I wish I could say, you know, when I get done, a lot of people say, oh, you eat after. You're right. I do eat after. But you're looking at a 2 to 4 hour window before that steak, chicken, whatever. You should be having eggs if you want to be that person who says it's all about not food, because the egg is the only thing that has a complete chain of amino acids that your body digests at 99%. Now you know.